Ruler School is brought to you by Odyssey Games, where you can go to get singles for all your Force of Will and other trading card games, as well as these amazing patrons.
Thank you for your support. Enjoy the video.
Hey there, Rulers, DMO73 here, bringing you the deck profile for the Zalus Atom, keyword Atom style list that you saw me play on the channel earlier this week, and you should be seeing me play on the channel on the Rogues Guild Live Gauntlet tomorrow, seeing if this deck can finally be the first one to go 4-0 in the Rogues Guild Gauntlet. So the whole idea of this list is it's kind of a control, kind of a tempo deck. There's just a few kind of key intricate pieces of it that I kind of want to talk about and go into about why we're playing it in such a way that we are. But it is definitely that kind of like control-esque value generation kind of thing that you're trying to just kind of outpace your opponent, force them into a really bad situation where they're always going to be behind, and then just kind of steamroll from there. So Adam's our ruler. We're playing that because we want the Atom Resonator to turn us on super quick. Other than that, we don't really need them. Grand Lightning is a really good card, and we do like having Dispel, which is our other rune. But ultimately, we really just want to be able to turn on the Atom Resonator real fast. Going into the Stone base real quick, we're playing 4 Light Vapors, 4 Heat Ray, and then 2 Omniscience. The 2 Omniscience is important. We always want to have white on turn 1 if at all possible, and Omniscience is great because if they can somehow kill our Dark Alice or something like that, and we have a situation where we really benefit from playing the Yokai Festival that turn, we always want to be able to do it, even if it costs us 5 rather than 4 with Omniscience. And then rune deck wise, just real quick, we're playing 1 Whispers of an Angel, super excellent tempo draw card in the early game, especially with Acolyte. Grand Lightning, as we said before. Soul Resonance, because of a few reasons. It's great for being able to recycle, and if we have 2 Zalus Engrave, it lets us grab both, or up to 3, really, because they technically count as Heroic Spirits. So you can kind of refill your hand very quickly for 1 with that. Yokai Festival as well. I think one of the things that people first think of when they see this list is they want to try to cast this as soon as possible. Absolutely not. You want to use this card only when you are completely safe and unpunishable, or it's just this absolutely blowout situation if you cast it that you're just going to get so far ahead off the value that there's no way your opponent comes back. I see people casting this card at really inopportune times, and it really backfires on them. So even if I've had games where I win without casting Yokai Festival at all, and that's really what you got to be comfortable with this deck. But it is there to be able to turn on the Zaluses if we need them. And then lastly, Dispel, just an all-around great card right now. 1,000 extra life against Melgus, popping additions against Isis, does all kinds of cool stuff. Going into the main deck, we play 4 Dark Alice Rabbit Princess. This is going to be pretty standard. 4 Alice Atoms and 4 Alices. For an additional draw power engine, we're playing 3 Guinevere. 4 was getting a little bit too much, and we needed some tech space for some singletons, so we decided to pull one of the Gwins. Still a great card, though. 1 copy of Athenia. This card is kind of a cheeky play. We're playing it in the early game. We play it in the deck as a one-of because we can grab it with Izanami, and we can hard cast it off of Dark Alice, so we have a lot of ways to be able to play it. And in certain times in the mirror, this card can just absolutely win you the game. I played a game against Joe Carroll, where we were playing this kind of back-and-forth control deck, and we were both running low on cards. I got out my Athenia and was able to recycle my deck, and so at that point in time, he knew he was going to lose because I have my whole deck back and he doesn't, and so eventually he's just going to deck himself out. 1 copy of Light of the Sacred Spirit. Excellent all-around removal card, and it's also really nice because it can grab you a Zeus Alice from your deck, which is nice. 4 Acolyte of the Sun. We've talked about this card a lot as to why I think it's super good right now for this deck. If you can play it on turn 1, especially on the play or the draw, and it survives, you're always going to get some value off of it. And it's just a tempo magnet that like forces your opponent to do something they really don't want to be doing, and then you're going to be getting the value off of it anyway. 2 copies of Bewildering Charm. It's been excellent. It's an extra copy of Kaguya. It saves a Zalus. It saves a Dark Alice. It saves a Perfect Loki. It saves kind of all kinds of stuff. And it's good removal if you need to, which has been really helpful too. 2 copies of Perfect Loki. We have a really easy time to being able to bring this out with either having Alice or Dark Alice or having the Izanami, and sometimes this deck just needs to wipe boards very quickly. Zeus Incarnate Alice is great for picking off Resonators and stuff, but sometimes you just want to say no, clear the board, set it all up, and then you put yourself in a really strong position. 3 copies of Kaguya. It's really easy to cast this card. We can cheat it back in with Forest of the Lost, and it's just an all-around great cancel plus a body. 3 Arondites, also just a solid card right now. 3 copies of Light of Raise and Revive. Excellent removal spell. Helps us deal with Regalia if we need to. Can pop an addition. Also is a great way to be able to bring back our Zaluses, because the only way you can kill Zalus is either hit our graveyard or RFG her. And Raise and Revive just says, oh, whoops, she's back. So excellent card in that regard. 4 Forest of the Lost Misty Woods. Again, a great way to utilize the graveyard to be able to recycle stuff, cancel things, bring back Zalus for lethal. You saw it in that game. I sacrificed it with Dark Alice, immediately brought it back and got a second swing out of 1. Also helps you continue the tempo of getting stuff in your hand. It's just an all-around phenomenal card for this deck. And then lastly, 2 copies of Izanami in the main, just to round it out. Sideboard-wise, this is still very much in flux, but currently my sideboard is as follows. We're playing 3 copies of Volley, an extra copy of Aronzite, 3 Burial Rites, a 3rd Izanami, a 2nd Athenia, 2 more Light of Sacred Spirits, a 3rd Perfect Loki, and 3 copies of Loki's Insight. This is just what I'm playing currently. It feels like it hits most of the meta, but obviously that can be shifted based on what your locals is. So let me know what you guys think, and be sure to check out the Gauntlet that we are going to be playing. When this video goes up, it'll actually be later tonight on Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on the Rogues Guild Twitch channel. There'll be a notification vid here on this channel as well later today. So be sure to check that out and see if I can finally take this deck to a 4-0 finish in their Gauntlet and claim that title for myself. But let me know what you guys think about Adam or this kind of package, or how you kind of think it's going to be evolving based on what we might see with Alice Origins 2. And until next time, this is DMO73 saying class dismissed.